what content creator vertical is really making you monetize the most and so on. So what we're currently working, for those that are technical, we actually did a partnership with Branch.io. Branch.io is one of the top insights and link tracking platforms in the world. We're super excited about that because that's going to be allowing us to do a million things. One of them is to get better and understand that if you share an audio room or if you share a piece of content, how is your share impacting the platform? A lot of times people minimize sharing, but sharing is really the way to go viral. I know you also have internal sharing within the platform, but sharing outside is super important. So this kind of work that we're doing is going to really help us understand what's working and then give that to you so you can also know what's working for you. So this is a long roadmap, but we're going to have the first implementation, and we're hoping in 2 weeks we're going to have a much better understanding on how we can draw virality, and we can allow you to draw virality through your content as well. Okay, let's go through a list. I have the list in front of me here. We do have some other, hot fixes and bugs we want to fix, of course. We launched PayPal integration for regions outside the US. And we're starting to see a lot of people starting to integrate their PayPal account with Fanbase so they can get paid. A lot of people from India, some places in Asia as well, and Africa. So we're super excited. So we're doing some other improvements to that to make sure that we're not missing anything for any region. I will mention three big things that we're working on in this release, in this sprint, sorry. But it's not going live next release, so don't get excited. It will go live very, very soon. In fact, it's going to happen in July. But we're going to have hallways on web. So we're going to be able to have all public audio rooms that are happening in the app. They will be accessible through web without logging in, without downloading the app. Of course, the best experience happens inside the app. But imagine if you have a public audio room and then anyone, anywhere in the world, they come up in your public audio room. They tap on it and they can listen to you have that great conversation. Now, they'll have to download the app to be able to engage in the chat room, make money, and so on. But again, another way for us to give you more exposure. The great thing about Fanbase, I will never stop saying, I know I sound repetitive for those that come here often, is that we're all about the creator and the content. So every time we bring features and we try to improve things is how we can give more visibility to your content and to you as a creator or as a user so we can bring audiences. These things that we do, such as hallway on web, will allow us to do that, okay? Another web increment that we're working on in this sprint is what we call a calendar, audio calendar on web. There's a lot of amazing audio conversations that happens consistently every week, not only from Fanbase, from a lot of our super users. So, from Fanbase, every Tuesdays, we have Tuesday town halls where Isaac and I talk about the current Regulation A race and also the state of the business. On Wednesday, our amazing marketing team has their audio, and then on Thursday, here you are with me, right? But these are just three of the hundreds of recurrent audio rooms that are happening in Fanbase. So what we want to do is we want to give a space to those recurrent audio rooms that bring a lot of engagement, and they're consistently happening on Fanbase, okay? So on Wednesday, the marketing team will share, but if you believe that you have an audio room that is consistent, that brings a lot of audiences and it's engaging, please make sure to reach out to the marketing team. You can actually email them at marketing@fanbase.app so you can have a chance of being part of that calendar. Because again, once that's live, it's another way to get more audience, right? So those two web increments, I'm super excited. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen when we bring them, okay? Now, the third one that we're working on this sprint is really two features. They're both monetization features. Super excited. I can only tell you about one because the other one I've been keeping it a secret because I want to share it sooner when we actually go live, because it has happened in the past with that excitement drove us to say, hey, this is coming, and then suddenly you see another platform right away. I'm not saying that I copy it, but it's a coincidence that we want to avoid. So we're always trying to be careful of the things that we share in these kind of public audio rooms, okay? But one of those two monetization features that we're currently working, and it's going to come very, very soon, is going to be exclusive live streams. So for those that enjoy live streams, imagine saying, you know what, I'm going to drive, an exclusive song that I've been working on, guys. Come and subscribe or come and unlock it this day at this time. And boom, you do an exclusive and you truly monetize. Right now in live streams, you can make money by audiences giving you love, right? But now we're adding the subscription factor as well. So another value that you can give to your subscribers, just to give you a reminder of what you can do when someone subscribes to you. You can have exclusive audio rooms only for subscribers or those that unlock it through labs. You can do exclusive posts. You can do exclusive Fanbase Plus, which is long form video. You will now be able to do exclusive live. You can even do exclusive stories. How cool is that? So again, we're giving you all these tools so you can truly monetize and give value to your audience. And so I hope you're excited. I think exclusive live stream is going to be pretty big. And then the other monetization feature, we'll leave it for later on, and I'll let you know. But I think you're going to be super hyped about that one too. All right? Okay, so that's just some of the things that we're working on Sprint 97, that we have a new release, a mid-release coming up next week. And then at the end of the sprint, we'll have another release. So 3 releases in 3 weeks. You tell me where that happens. So we're super excited. I think it's going to be an exciting July for us. Okay? All right. I'm going to stay quiet. This is also the time and the space for you guys to come and speak your mind, share feedback, ideas, experiences. If you're a new user in Fanbase, I encourage you to ask questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. We know that Fanbase has a lot of functionality, and it can be a little bit overwhelming at the beginning, but once you get it, it's amazing. We're actually also, I forgot to mention, we're doing onboarding audio rooms as well, twice a day. Today we didn't do it obviously for the holiday, but tomorrow we're going to have an onboarding day, onboarding audio room at 12 p.m. Eastern time, and another one at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're a new user, I encourage you to join these audio rooms. We also have super users doing onboarding as well. The community is a very tight one, and we want to grow the community. We want you to feel welcome. We want you to understand how to use Fanbase. We want you to make money, because when you make money, you help Fanbase grow as well. All right? All right, let's go into the chat room. We'll see what's going on, see if there's any questions, any comments. What's going on? I see everyone saying Happy 4th. Happy 4th of July, everyone, for those that are in the United States. When big love on comments? That's a good question. We actually we brought love on comments several months ago, but you cannot do big loves. So that's something that we're definitely going to bring. Now, good news, Gary, is that for chat room, we're doing single and big loves. We're going to be consistent going on from now on. I think at the time, the reason why we didn't do big loves in comments is we had some real estate issues. Comments, there's really not a lot of space there. So at the time, we decided to give a quick value by giving a single live versus taking more time to do the big love. But we'll bring big love to comments for sure. But for love on chat rooms, you have single love and big love, okay? And from now on, it'll be consistent across, all right? Yeah, Memo's Joy, Branch.io is it's very robust. We're super, super excited about that. And something that I didn't mention is that will also feed into an ambassador program that we're going to start piloting this quarter. If you didn't know, we're also opening applications for an ambassador program in Fanbase as well. If I find the URL, I'll share it, but if not, make sure you ask on Wednesday the marketing team. And this Branch.io will definitely help us towards that, okay? All right. Hey, Justy, how are you? Happy 4th, welcome. Can we recognize super users with blue checks or any color checks? Yeah, we talked about that. I think as we move into a more gamified environment, we're going to start having more badges. I call it badges. Today you have subscriber badges. So if you're a subscriber to someone, you're going to have a badge next to that. So the creator knows that you're a subscriber and can acknowledge you. Eventually will be able to give you perks and so on. So as we move into a gamified environment, which is our direction, I'm not going to deny, we're going to be playing around with badges. And definitely we're going to reward those that have been with us since day one. Because we know each one of you. It's a lot of you, but believe it or not, we know each one of you by username. I wouldn't say by name, but okay. Well, thank you, Queen Ma. There you go. That's an example of someone that just contributes to the community. She just posted on the chat room. If you're in the live stream, I'm sorry, but Queen Ma, thank you for putting the Ambassador Program sign-up application. So we're taking applications for that. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit more about the Ambassador. I know, Gary, you asked for that. I have no problem. We're piloting it, meaning that we're going to be testing, because while we are perfectionists, we just can't wait anymore to do it. We have some really great super users. We have a lot of people that want to help Fanbase, and we want to bring them on board and want to reward them too for doing that, right? So what we're doing is we're piloting the roadmap of the Ambassador Program. Will ask, and we'll have a lot of tiers and a lot of things that you can do to help Fanbase. But this first version of the Ambassador Program is going to be heavily focused on helping onboard users, okay? So there's going to be a certification that we're going to, several certifications for depending on the type of ambassador you are, but we want you to be an expert on the product. In order to be able to onboard users, you need to be an expert on the product. Now, a lot of you might be, but there's a lot of things that you might know, because Fanbase is such a robust and diverse ecosystem. There's a lot of small things that you, as an ambassador, need to know to help drive growth in the community and help the creators monetize, okay? And it goes from understanding how to best handle subscriptions, right? If you gain subscribers, what do I do? That can be overwhelming. How can I keep my subscribers, right? Or for you to even know that you have exclusive stories, and maybe when you're trying to, tease someone to subscribe or to unlock an exclusive content, what can you do? So being an expert in the product does not mean knowing all the technical things of the product and so on. It just means beyond that. Really means how through the product you can help grow community. So the pilot for the Ambassador Program is going to be heavily focused on that. Now, that's a start. Once we get good at it and we see what's work, we're going to get a lot of feedback as well from the ambassadors, right? That's super important. Then we're going to start bringing more tiers and more things that we already know that ambassadors can do, okay? Including, obviously, driving growth, driving signups, and so on, okay? So hopefully, Gary and everyone that is interested in the Ambassador Program, I share a little bit of what we're looking for. The idea is we're going to be taking applications all the way through mid-July or end of July, and then we're going to do communications to everyone and tell them who we picked and so on, okay? Yeah, Toyota, definitely. The best thing you can do if you want to participate, just apply, please. All of that goes automatically into our application system, and we're looking at it and so on. So, yes, definitely. All right. Any other questions, any other comments, guys, for this 4th of July Thursday Tech Talk? I mentioned we had a new release yesterday. Make sure you download it. Version for iOS 3.0.1, version for Android 3.0.42. Next week, we have another release, Lab on Chat Room. The week after, we have another release too. But again, one of the challenges that I always think to myself as a CTO is we have a team. Overall in Fanbase, we're probably, I would say, we're around 40 people. So you might say, wow, 40 people, but that's not a lot. For what Fanbase is, where Fanbase wants to go and what Fanbase needs, it's not a lot. But in my mind, as a CTO, when I think about the product team, I mean, like, do we need help? Yes, we need help. That's why we're doing the reggae race. And by the way, while I talk about this, I want to make sure I pin the link so I don't minimize that one of the reasons why we're doing this race is because we want to get better and we want to smarter about growing the product. But as we do that, one of the challenges is how can we keep our team nimble? Again, no overworked, because the reality is that we are overworked because we're doing, hundreds of people work with just 40. But how we can keep our